Yeah, good afternoon everybody and welcome to our league for today's Championship Rugby League game between Halifax Panthers and Featherstone. Really beautiful day, Frank. What are you expecting today from this one?
I'm expecting a really good game and a crowd as well, so it's buzzing. I can feel it already on the way in.
It certainly is. You know, the sun's shining, we've got the weather for it. You know, you and I have both played it. It's tough. Must have been tough, Frank, all this time without the fans.
I bet it has, and I've missed the rugby, to be fair. Just get the feel and the smell of it. I don't miss playing in the sunshine and the heat, as you well know.
It's going to be a challenge for Halifax today. Featherstone 6 from 6, set the scene really well, started the season in top form. Can Halifax get a result today?
I believe so, but then I'm biased, and I always back my team. So look, results don't count for anything on a match day, and with the fans, I think that's going to make a really big difference today.
Do you think that'll lift the Halifax with the B and the fans back in to cheer them on today?
Hey, it always helped me, no matter what team I played for. As you know, that I was a crowd favourite at many clubs, as you were as well, and the chance just make it so much better.
Yeah, it's great day. The sun's shining. It's everything's in place for a really top game of rugby today, Frank.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me down, mate. And it's really good to see you as well.
Yeah, good to see you too. So that's the build-up for this afternoon. Now we'll go over to both coaches to see what they think of this afternoon's performance. James, good start to the season. It's going to be a tough one today. What are you expecting from Halifax?
Yeah, I would say Halifax is probably the form team in the competition. They've had two great 30-something nils last 2 weeks against two good sides. They put London away at the start of the year and they scored 30 points here against Toulouse, which no one's been able to do. So Halifax are a really good side. Tough place to come, and we're expecting a tough game.
You said tough game, but you guys, 6 from 6, couldn't have asked for them anymore. Have you been good for those 6 for 6 as well?
We've been good in parts of the games. As a coach, you always want a little bit more, but we've played in spits and spats. But when we play well, we've played really well. So there's plenty more to come. We've been hitting a bit of an injury cross at the moment. We've got 7, 8, 9 some players out at the moment, and but in saying that, we've got some good young kids that we want to see play, so they'll be playing today.
Sun shining today, James. Great day for it. Crowd back in. Things are looking up.
Yeah, it's great. The championship's moving on well. It's been great that we've been able to get through so many games. Last week, it's a shame our supporters can't come this week. But in saying that, it'd be great to hear the Halifax fans, especially down behind the post. They're always really nice and loud. It's a great ground to come to. I'd love to see the day when this was full and it'd be a great atmosphere. You
highlighted there that the championship's pretty open. You say you're sat at the top at the minute. These are going to come shooting at you, but you're where you want to be.
Yeah, we're happy with 6 from 6. We've played some good teams. It's very open other than Toulouse, really. Toulouse is the yardstick at the moment, and they're the ones that everyone has to beat. But in saying that, Bradford and York and Halifax, Batley have been outstanding this year. It's a really open and physical league. Yeah, thanks for that, James. Good luck today, buddy. All the best. Thanks, Doc.
Simon, big game today. Featherstone flying high at top of the league. What are you expecting from them?
Yeah, definitely. I think Toulouse and Feather have been a step above everyone else in what I've seen so far, and obviously that presents a big challenge. And they've got some great players. Now we're going all right though. We've got a couple of zeros, which probably been a little bit flatter in areas of those games, but we've definitely been improving. So yeah, the lads know what the task is in front of them. So looking forward to a challenge under the sun and with fans in the stand.
Yeah, James Webster said they're the form team in the competition. That's good praise from Webber.
I think he's probably exaggerating a little bit there. I think taking a little bit of heat off themselves and Toulouse. Look, we're finding our way still. There's some improvement in us over the last couple of weeks, but there's definitely more to come, I think.
You've entered the loan market this week. Ollie Russell brought into the squad. Did he play today?
Yeah, he plays today. Look, we've got 2 halfbacks, and in any team you want competition, don't you? So opportunity to bring Ollie in and you just put a little bit of pressure, if you like, on the incumbents there, and it gives another dimension as well. So yeah, hopefully it brings out the best in them, and he's coming after probably 5 weeks of not playing. He's busting to play and give a good account of himself so he can get back in that Giants team. So yeah, it's a win-win situation.
Sun's shining, the fans are back in today. It seems a long while since that. It must be a lift for the players as well to hear those noisy Halifax fans.
Yeah, definitely. We had a taste last week up in Newcastle, but yeah, different being at home, isn't it? And yeah, it'll definitely be a lift for the lads, and they'll need it at times today. We've all said it throughout. It's fans are missed, and it's those times in the game. So today, when they're blowing a bit, the heat's affecting them. That little push you get from your fans can be really important. So yeah, we're really happy to have them back.
Yeah, thank you very much. Good luck today, mate.
No worries, thanks.
So that's the thoughts of both coaches this afternoon. Frank, beautiful day. Both teams out there now warming up. This is going to be a good game today.
I'm really looking forward to it today. I cannot wait to see that first contact.
You know, both sides, you know, as we said, Featherstone was 6 from 6. Halifax, you know, in good form as well. If we look at Halifax's form over the last couple of weeks, you know, we can see that, you know, they're playing really, really well of late. Two games, 2 wins, and most importantly of all, Frank, from a coaching perspective, not conceded a try.
You know, that is really good. What I really like to see is Halifax scoring tries, which is what they've been doing, and being able to defend a win is going to be really important against Featherstone.
Yeah, and as I said, you know, they've played Toulouse, who are the benchmark side of the competition, wrong side of the scoreboard that day. But as you said, you know, they're building, aren't they, slowly. You know, and you've played here many times, Frank, at the Shea. This crowd are going to get right behind Halifax today.
I can see the blue and white jerseys behind the sticks, and it's been a long time coming. And I can already feel the emotion in the team, and I think they're really going to pull out a good game today.
Yeah, they are. Now, if we flip that over, we look at Featherstone. We've said, you know, they're 6 from 6. Webbo, you and I both know Webbo never satisfied as Webbo is. He's not going to be. But, you know, they've answered every question that's been answered of them so far. And as a coach, 6 from 6 at this time of year, you can't ask for any more.
Well, he's got to be happy with the start, and the players are going to have a lot of confidence going into it. I think the weather's going to definitely give a real fast game today, and I think that's what's really going to play into everyone's hands, and it's going to be a spectacle.
Yeah, and they score tries, don't they? You know, a couple of players who you've probably played with. Hawley, of course, Dane Chisholm. You know, some familiar names, some good players in that lineup from Featherstone.
Yeah, I've got some good memories and some bad memories about playing against Featherstone. I hope today's a good memory.
Yeah, so we'll quickly run down those teams then. So Halifax will line up with James Woodburn Hall at fullback, Nick Rothstone, Greg Worthington, Ed Barber, James Sontinstall. In the backs, half-backs of Liam Harris and Connor Robinson. Up front, it's Adam Tangata, Brandon Moore, the skipper, and Gadwin Springer. Matt Gardside, Sam Hewitt, and Jacob Fairbank. The bench of Kevin Leroyer, Elliot Morris, Dan Murray, and Ollie Russell. Featherstone will line up with Dane Chisholm at fullback, Gareth Gale, Frankie Holton, Tom Mims, and Craig Hall. Firmino Brown and Tom Holmes in the halves. Craig Kopchak, Dean Parata, and James Lockwood in the front row. A back three of Junior Moores, Brad Day, and Lewis McConnell. A bench of Connor Jones, John Davis, Callum Field, and James Beckett. We've talked about the weather, Frank. How tiring is that going to be for the big guys up front today, the sun shining like it is?
I think in terms of footwork, I think the big guys are going to be able to find the floor a bit better. But as you say, it's always going to be good for the smaller guys to get around them as the game goes on. So they're just going to have to be careful about their interchanges and who they're putting on and who they're taking off.
And both sides have got some real strike players who, you know, have been there, done it, you know, got the T-shirt. Junior Moores at Featherstone, you know, he's obviously played at the top level many years at Castleford. You know, he's got one of the best offloads in the competition.
Oh, definitely. I wish I had it in my time. I'm also looking forward to James Fairbank, who's obviously playing his 200th game today. I think it's a great spectacle for him, and real congratulations to him for doing that. Yeah,
200 games is a really, you know, great feat, isn't it? Because we're not playing tiddlywinks out there, Frank, are we? And, you know, to play 200 games is a really big effort. And I was just looking at the size of the Halifax outside backs. There's some big boys in that back line, isn't there? Nick Rothstone, Greg Worthington, Ed Barber. They're all big units, aren't they?
That explains why they've got such a lot of try scores this year already. I wouldn't like to try and tackle them, mate. But you know what they say, bigger they are, harder they fall.
Yeah, and half-backs, two young half-backs in Connor Robinson and Liam Harris. You know, Liam coming from Hull FC at the end of the season. Connor's been here before and then went to York and has come back. And, you know, it's always good for half-backs to have, you know, plenty of options outside them.
It is, and it's good that they're a good pairing. A lot of times you play on instinct. I was not a half-back, so you'd have more to know about that, mate.
So we've pointed a few names there. You've picked out Jacob Fairbank. Gadwin Springer obviously playing in the front row. Very powerful, big impact player.
I love the fact that we've got some big boys out here today. And like I said earlier on, I want to see that first contact. I want to see blood, sweat and tears today. I'll be looking forward to it.
And then again, we look at the bench, and both sides have got lots of experience on the bench. Kevin Leroyer, Elliot Morris, Dan Murray and Ollie Russell. All four of those have all got Super League experience on them.
I can't believe how many Super League players we've got now. You're looking through that list.
Yeah. Ollie Russell in from loan from Huddersfield. He'll be wanting, not played in the first few weeks. He'll be dying to get out there today.
I'm dying to get out there.
Really?
I'd run the water, mate. No problems.
I'm quite happy sat up here. I'm quite happy talking about it. I remember the knocks. But, we've had a really in-depth look at that Halifax side there. But, Featherstone aren't 6 from 6 for nothing, are they? And, Dane Chisholm at fullback is a maverick player, isn't he? He's played at Bradford, played at Hull KR. Seems to have found his home at Featherstone, but he's a very, very skillful player.
I think the coach has got a lot to do with it. I think we've been building a team and building around that successful club ethos that they've got at Featherstone, and I think it's looking well for the future.
Yeah, Firmino Brown, something I don't know a lot about by the name of him. Frank, is he one of your fellow Kiwis?
Do you know? I'm not going to lie. I've never heard of the guy, but that's not because I'm not interested in rugby league. That's because I'm busy doing other things in retirement.
So sorry, I dropped you down the road there, buddy. But there is still lots of experience in the Featherstone side as well. We've got Tom Holmes, former Huddersfield, Craig Kopchak up front. Bags and bags of Super League experience there.
I was lucky enough to play with Koppy when he came to Halifax for a few games. What a guy! What an engine! I mean, I would like to have thought in my younger days to play like he did, but it took me a lot of time, and props develop as they get older, and I think he's hitting his straps now.
Yeah, he's certainly a good one, and I think probably Featherstone will start this game as favourites, Frank, but you've got an inkling that Halifax will get the spoils today.
I do. I think that, like I said earlier, the weather and the fast pitch. I think someone like Adam Tangata's got some good footwork at the line, and there's a bit of a size difference noticeably in the packs. I really think on a day like today that's going to make a difference. Yeah,
interesting. One thing that strange one for me, first time being at Halifax in a couple of seasons. You still live in the town, Frank. Halifax Panthers, how's that gone down?
Actually, it's been really good. The rebranding has actually revitalised the town a little bit, and the supporters have really bought into it, and actually I have. It's just starting to pick up momentum, and I think as the crowds come back, that's going to make a real difference.
Yeah, they're going to be, coming to this place. I'm old enough to remember playing at the Shea, at Thrum Hall, back in the day on the hill. And coming to the Shea now, you look at that pitch out there, it's absolutely fantastic today, isn't it?
Well, no one's been on it for a while, and no one's been in the crowds, and they've really kept up the work on it. I mean, I can see a guy working out there right now. It is looking like a carpet today, so really, really good, really, really fast. So that's what I say. I'm looking forward to some really good football today.
There's no excuses today, is there? It's going to be I think it's going to be blood thunder. I think there's going to be a bit of a really good game today. I'm really looking forward to this one, and just having the fans here is what rugby league's about, Frank, isn't it? As I said, you and I both played this game, and to play it without fans must have been really, really difficult.
It would have been a glorified training session almost.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's a little bit of history between Halifax and Featherstone, and I was lucky enough to play in the 2010 grand final. I know that feeling of getting one over on Featherstone. Not very many times, but the important ones are the ones that count.
Yeah, and these fans, they've had it tough, haven't they, for the last, as we all have. It's been a really, really difficult 15, 16 months. But the sun's shining, rugby league's back, and this is the start of it moving forward, isn't it?
It is, and I can't tell you, I can't sit still. I'm sitting next to you, and it's the excitement for this game. I tell you what, I'm so glad I got invited down. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. As we said, we're just waiting for the teams to come out here. We're into the last couple of minutes before the game does get underway, but you can just feel that, that anticipation from all the people. A couple of people sat down here with beers. Frank, that would be nice, but maybe after the game we'll grab one of them. But you know, really good as we just can't wait for the people to get out there today and show us what it's all about. As Martin Moana shops today, an Halifax legend on our right hand side, Frank.
Yeah, good old Marty's made an effort to get down as well. Great to see him. Wish we had another microphone and get a few words from him, but unfortunately it's my time.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, go on then, Frank. Score prediction.
Oh, I think Halifax by 12.
Halifax by 12. Well then.
That's not a score prediction. I'm sorry. I don't want to give you that exact score, but I think 12.
Halifax by 12. Well, that would make everybody, or 99% in the crowd, people, very, very happy today. As out come Featherstone Rovers, led by their skipper, James Lockwood, 13 on his back, will play in the front row. Quickly run down that Featherstone starting lineup again. They'll line up with Chisholm, Gale, Halton, Mims and Hall in the backs, Brown and Holmes in the halves, Kopchak, Patara, Lockwood up front, Moores, Day and McConnell in the back three, Jones, Davis, Field and Beckett. And we're just waiting for the Halifax, and I'm sure there'll be an almighty roar, Frank, as these boys come out.
Oh, I should hope so.
And there is the roar as Brandon Moore leads out his Halifax side. And they line up with Woodburn Hall at fullback, Rothstone, Worthington, Barber and Saltonstall, Harris and Robinson in the halves, Tangata, Moore and Springer, Garside, Hewitt and Fairbank. On the bench, Laroya, Morris, Murray and Russell. The man in the middle, let's hope we're not talking about him very much today, Frank. It is Mr. Tom Grant. Halifax, both in blue and white today, Frank. Both in the traditional colours, obviously the dark blue and white of Featherstone.
Yeah, we're looking good. I'm loving the new Panthers outfit.
Yeah. So both sides just lining up on the centre spot, on the halfway line, should I say, either side of that. I'll just wait. Referee Mr. Tom Grant.
Ladies and gentlemen, both teams are now lining up for 13 seconds to show their opposition to racism and discrimination in society and in rugby league. Tackle it.
.30 seconds. The players could have taken a knee for the racism in sport and in rugby league. So it looks like Halifax going to get the game underway, Frank. They're going to be kicking to their noisy fans in that stand.
Yeah, I can hear them already.
In that first half, Connor Robinson will put the ball on the tee. And now we're underway, Frank. Robinson with the kickoff. It's deep. It bounces and it beats Tom Holmes, but it's picked up by Craig Hall, and Craig Hall will make a couple of metres forward. In the tackle was Jacob Fairbank, just through hands, one little pass, and Featherstone trying to just get the ball out of their own quarter. It's a good carry in the middle of the field from Craig Kopchak. Again, just one out play from Featherstone, McConnell this time. A couple of metres made by him. Patara's at dummy half. Back to Chisholm, kicks charge down, and that's a great defensive set. What the referee's going to say there? He's going to say it's a knock on. So he said it's a knock on by Halifax. That's harsh, that, Frank, isn't it?
Oh, I would like to see that again, I think.
Yeah, it was a charge down. I thought that was play on, and unfortunately good work by Halifax has come back and has cost them a little bit, but Featherstone don't wait about. Couple of passes to the left hand side, and Brad Day, well, his first carry of the game. Now to the skipper. We'll have a look at that changeover very, very shortly in the next stoppage. Now it goes back down the short side. Again, Brad Day will drive it in. He's tackled. Patara's at dummy half to his right-hand side to Holmes. Holmes goes further wider out the back to Chisholm. Chisholm to his centre, Holton. Holton is tackled just short of the 20. Chisholm's at first man. Picked up from dummy half by Gale, and he will scoot forward inside the 20. Looking to get his arms free, can't do so. Brandon Moore. Jacob Fairbank will put him to the floor. Patara's at dummy half, everything to the left. That's where it goes, out the back to Holmes. Holmes with the little kick over to that far side, looking for Craig Hall. Too much in it, out on the full. Halifax first real defensive effort, and they answer the question, Frank.
They did. It was just
Here's the replay, Frank. So we will go back to the kick. It's charged down off accidental offside, wasn't it? So right call after all, accidental offside, and we're back into the game. So Halifax first set, ball in hand. Brandon Moore's at dummy half. Wide pass to his front rower, Adam Tangata. He'll tackle just outside the 20. Brandon Moore again. Down the short side they go. Good defence from Holton. Rob Harris to Springer. Springer was jolted back defensively, but he still finds the floor. Moore's at dummy half. Goes to Harris. Harris on the little inside pass to Tangata. And Tangata just short of the halfway line. Moore to Harris, and Harris looks for some space in behind. Bouncing down, picked up by Gale. Gale will look up. There's a wall of Halifax defenders inside him. Good set from Halifax, Frank.
Good kick chase. Good yardage set out of coming out.
Yeah, both sides have started the game decently. Holton, couple of metres scooted from him. Patara again at dummy half. First penalty of the game, offside. Referee sounding his whistle. I don't think we can really argue with it, Frank. Just pinching a yard, and the referee, as long as he's consistent, that's all we ask.
Yeah, consistency is what we're looking for, but I think Halifax is just giving easy penalties here.
That's a good touch find from Chisholm. Inside the 20 it goes, so 10 metres, 12 metres away from the line is where Featherstone will start this set. Good ball set is what coaches call this modern day rugby. Holmes gets the pass to Kopchak, pushes away Tangata first time. He comes back for the second attempt. Parata's at dummy half, goes to his left, gets the pass away to his skipper Lockwood, and Lockwood trundles forward, couple of metres short, down the short side goes Parata. Has he got the ball down over the line? No, he hasn't. He's only millimetres away from that line. Good defence, but on the goal line, the pass is through hands and into the hands of Brown, and Brown throws the dummy, and he's tackled. Hall gets the pass away, good defence under the post. That's a really solid tackle.
Great defence on that.
Yeah, Tangata, big shot from the front rower, and he gets pats on the back from all his teammates, but big set coming up from Halifax, coming off their own line now, Frank.
It sure is. This is where we see, look at what they made of coming off their line.
Yeah, 5 minutes gone, decent start to the game. Harris will play the ball. Trying to get yards is Worthington, but he plays the ball relatively quickly, and Saltonstall will be quick out of dummy half and picks up 15 metres. Moore, the skipper's at dummy half, gets the ball on his right to Fairbank. Fairbank just does what it says on the tin, hard and straight, and picks up the yards, and offside, so he is consistent. Penalty each for both sides, still no score, Frank.
I know, we're going to see an attacking set from Halifax coming up soon, so looking forward to seeing what they can produce.
Connor Robinson, ball in hand, points to the left-hand side, and he just swings that left leg at it, kicks it into touch. 30 metres out is where Halifax will start this set. It was Ed Barber who tapped the ball, and a couple of hands, and it's played centre field by Fairbank. Tangata will throw the dummy and step inside, tackled just inside the 20. Moore. Robinson throws the dummy, stands in the tackle, but Junior Mauls is there to wrestle him to the floor, helped out by a couple of teammates. Garside to Moore. Moore backwards to Harris. Harris then Short ball, good defence on that far side from Featherstone. Real solid shot. Puts the player on his backside and he's lost the ball. Referee's got to say it. Yeah, big hit coming there, Frank. Really was. Short ball from Harris at the line.
Yeah,
solid defence.
Brave to take those balls, and sometimes they come off and sometimes they don't. Really good defence from Featherstone there, though.
Certainly was. Turnover. First mistake from Halifax. Warm day today, as we've said. Sun shining. Beautiful day here at the Shea. Live commentary from myself, Craig Murdoch, and Frank Wattini. As Featherstone are inside their own 20. We'll just try to come out. No frills through Lockwood. Lockwood's put to the floor. Parata. Kopchak. Good shot. Springer. Jacob Fairbank over the top as well. And Kopchak rides the tackle. Did well there because that was a solid shot. Some big units colliding there, Frank.
Oh, you know I like that.
To the left-hand side. Holmes. Little pass on the inside to Thomas Mims. Mims is tackled. Parata at dummy half again. Another good shot in defence as McConnell tries to bump away a couple of defenders. Can't do so. Solid defence. It'll go back to Holmes. Holmes has plenty of time to kick and he puts the ball high into the air. It's caught behind his own line. Good play by Woodburn Hall. He'll sprint to the 20. He'll look for the quick tap. Oh, referee. He's got to let that go, Frank, hasn't he?
I would have liked to seen that carry on.
Yeah, he's a little bit pedantic from the referee there. Everybody was back except him. But I suppose we can't have a game without the referee. Frank Wattini laughing on my right-hand side. As Halifax come down there, left-hand side. Some footwork from Worthington. He's tackled. Up and plays the ball and into the field of play. Quick play the ball. Brandon Moore doesn't need a second invitation. He's out. He's looking for a runner, but Halifax just caught a little bit flat-footed there. Brandon Moore was all on his own as Harris at dummy half now will find Springer. Flat pass from Springer and he just goes hard and straight and in behind to play the ball. Trying to get to his feet. He'll play the ball to Moore. Harris down that right-hand side to Hewitt. Hewitt tries to get his arm free and offload the ball, but he can't. Last one. What's the kick like? Will it go to Harris? Will it come further wide? Harris goes to the line and puts the kick in. It's up in the air. Challenge in the air. The referee's going to say it's a penalty. I see why it's given, Frank, but he certainly was no malice in it and went for the ball.
He was going for the ball. He was in the air. I mean, you catch somebody while they're off their feet, and it's got to be a penalty.
Yeah, Matt Garside it was. The ball's up. I don't think it was the best kick in the world from... But yes, he's gone for the ball. He's caught his arm. We can't really argue with that one. The ball's in touch. And Featherstone managed to clear their lines. Gale will throw the ball in. It'll be tapped. And Holton will just go forward and take the yards that are on offer. His opposite number, Worthington, is the man with the tackle. Brown will go to dummy half. Gale gets the offload away back to Brown. Further wide it goes to the skipper, who cuts out a couple of passes and gets the ball to Brad Day. Good hands from Lockwood there. Brad Day tried to get his arm free and offload but couldn't do so. Then they'll go forward, flat pass and charging up the middle come Featherstone Rovers. Slow play the ball is slowly to his feet is McConnell. Out the back it goes to home. Further wide to Chisholm. Down the short side. Go Featherstone. Ball back on the inside, but it's to nobody. Now it's a chance for Featherstone. That's a penalty. Has to be taken out of the field of play there, surely.
It did appear that way. What a great pickup, though, on the fly. Turning the ball around.
Yeah, Greg Worthington, I think it was, wasn't he? He picked it up, and I think Featherstone are going to get... Let's have a look at this one, Frank, as the pass that comes... Gale now tries to get the offload away, doesn't he, Holden? He hits the floor. It's picked up brilliantly by Connor Robinson, and then it's a 50-50 call, isn't it? I think it could have gone either way. It looked probably a little bit more of a penalty actually in real play than it did on the second look. So probably the right call as Featherstone now inside the 20. Gets a pass away, does Parata to his skipper, Lockwood. Lockwood's only 7 metres away from the line. Parata's got options both sides. He'll go to his left and to Holmes. Holmes further wide to Chisholm. Chisholm steps off his left. Comes back towards the middle. He's looking for a runner. Was that played out by a Halifax hand? I think it probably was. Get outside again, who's involved. And it'll be another set of 6. So this is probably the 3rd one coming up, Frank.
Yeah,
hard for the big guys.
Sustained pressure in this heat, especially early on. It might have effect in the second half, you know.
Certainly might. Kopchak will play it. Referee's just waiting until he can get back into the line. Parata's at dummy half. To his left. Lockwood, who seems to have taken every other carry for Featherstone. Parata again. Holmes comes back to the right. Inside pass from Brown to Kopchak, but good defence from Halifax. Wrapped up well by Tangata. Parata tries to sneak again. He's over the line, but he's belted by Springer. Knocked back into the field of play. Kopchak will be in at dummy half. Kopchak tries to pinch one. Has the big guy got over? He has, but he's held up. Great defence. Excellent defence there from Halifax. Under the play, the ball. Is it Liam Harris who's got under there? Sure who it was, but it's solid defence from Halifax and saved a certain try, but there's more coming. Brown finds Chisholm. Chisholm to Junior Moores. Junior Moores tries to get rid of the defenders, but it takes 3 of them to put him to the floor. Holmes is at dummy half. He goes to his left. Further wide it goes to Brown. Brown with the pass to Brad Day. Brad Day off the floor. Excellent defence on that far side. Super tackle. Connor Robinson needed to make that ball and all, Frank, and he did it.
He did a fantastic job there. The whole team has done well so far, and Featherstone is still coming at them.
Fax will get a lift from that, Frank. 3 sets of 6, keeping them out.
Oh, yeah, they will, and I'd like to see how they finish the set off here. I think it's important for them to finish it right down deep in Featherstone's half.
Yeah, they'd love a penalty. Whether they can get one or not, we'll see. There's Nick Rothson. Quickly to his feet. Brandon Moore gives himself up as Gadwin Springer had overrun him. So that was a bit of a tired play. Harris will jump into dummy half. He'll look for a 40-20. It's got a chance. It's got a chance. Bounce to the ball. Oh, unlucky. Craig Hall did well to get back. It was a good attempt. It's a good follow-up, but Chisholm on the outside. Gets on the outside of one. Bounces off Connor Robinson. Comes back into Jacob Fairbank. And Halifax will take that, Frank, turning the ball over 30 metres away from Featherstone's line.
They will. That was a tired yardage set. You can see why they've done 3 sets on defence. We just need to hold them here in this half.
Parata to Brown. Brown to Junior Moores. Gets the ball out to centre to Gale from Halton. She gets the ball back inside to Halton. Does really well. Back to Brown. Now to Junior Moores. Junior Moores throws the dummy, but big contact from Gadwin Springer to Tanga in there at 2, throwing Jacob Fairbank, and there's some big units in that collision. Now it's to Holmes. Holmes with the pass to Brad Day. Brad Day up against Liam Harris, and Liam Harris does well to wrestle him to the floor. Mims will pick up, and he will see a gap and scoot in behind, but again, good defence from Halifax. Halifax just about hanging on. This will be the last, down the short side. The kick rebounds off the floor. Who's got the ball? I think it's Halifax. Halifax have got the ball, and lots of questions being asked of the Halifax defence, Frank, but they're answering them all with the positive at the moment.
And there's some big collisions. Really enjoying the collisions coming in by the front row from Halifax.
Yeah, 15 minutes. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a couple of substitutions imminently from Halifax, Frank.
I think I'm feeling tired.
Slow play of the ball. Moore's at dummy half. Fairbank. He's tackled. Brad Day involved with that. Moore again. It's time to Tangata. Tangata and Lockwood. Them two have locked horns a couple of times already. Brandon Moore looks down the short side to Robinson, and then Robinson kicks in behind. Bounces a couple of times in front of Chisholm, who looks up and sees what's in front of him, thinks about the pass, thinks better of it, and he's tackled by the Halifax chase. Now it'll be Gale. Nothing there from him, and that's good defence from Fax. He stands in the tackle though. Gets the ball away to Craig Hall. Craig Hall gets the ball away to Frankie Halton. I think the pass was on. I don't think it was right on the money, but I think Frankie Halton probably should have taken that, Frank.
Yeah, I think he should. I mean, it put Halifax under a lot of pressure, these offloads. They're really stretching their defence, and if some of these start to come off, I think Halifax might struggle.
There is the first substitution. Kevin Leroyer is into the action to replace Gadwin Springer. Kevin started in the centre, I think, into the front row. Frank, it happens to quite a few of them.
There's nothing wrong with the front row, mate.
Nothing wrong with the front row at all, as Halifax go down that short side, and good hands, and this is the first good opportunity for Halifax for a little while. Nearly 17 minutes gone on the clock, still no score. But Halifax only 20 metres away from that line. Brandon Moore's at dummy half, goes to the right, and Harris straightens up, passes out the back, it's bouncing round, referee says play on, Saltonstall will pick it up, and then he says a knock on. I didn't see a knock on there, Frank. I think if anything it could have been a forward pass, but I didn't see the knock on.
I think the touchies made that call.
Can we get another look? We'll have another look at that one. So Brandon Moore, Liam Harris goes at the line. There's no knock on there, Frank. It was, if anything, it was a Featherstone knock on from my money. I think a little bit harshly done by there, as I think James Woodman Hall got the pass away and it looked like it hit a Featherstone hand.
It did look like that to me, but then again, I'm not out there.
No, so once again, Halifax get down this end, Frank, and don't finish the way they would want to finish.
No, they didn't. Then we really need to get to these attacking kicks.
So Gale will pick up, has been impressive, the winger. Some good offloads and some good meters after contact. Good play from Gareth Gale. Play the ball. Goes to the left, Lockwood. Holmes to Kopchak. Big contact again. Leroyer was the first man in and jilted back. Slow play of the ball. Kopchak holding his ribs. Certainly felt that one as Holmes tries to get away from the first defender. Bounces away from one. Then it's to Brown, and Brown straightens up and he's almost through the hole. With Leroyer after him, but he couldn't get to him. Now it's Moore down the short side. Poor pass. And Halifax, through Kevin Leroyer, have now got the ball, and Leroyer will straighten up and they'll pick up a 5 or 6 metres. So both sides tiring a little bit, Frank, and we're seeing some mistakes.
We have got some tired bodies out there, but we've just got to pick ourselves up and keep moving forward.
So flat pass. Saltonstall with the yards, only a couple of them, but they were tough. With Halifax again, good yards, good offload. Brandon Moore with a little hole, gets the pass away, he'll be back to one. That should have been play on. Be back to one. Kopchak got his hand to it. The Halifax ball. That's what Halifax want. You want them. You can see Brandon Moore's just preying on getting a quick play of the ball, isn't he?
Yeah, those quick play of the balls in this weather are going to be really hard to keep up with.
Yeah, so Tangata will play it on the halfway line. Another set of 6 for Halifax. Leroyer with the first carry. 3 men in the tackle. Moore to Harris to Robinson, through hands. Worthington. Holton with the tackle, 1-on-1. The pass is back to Robinson. Robinson runs laterally, straightens up a little bit and finds Harris. Out the back it goes to Moore. Moore gets that ball away to Barber, but Barber's got nowhere to go and he's wrapped up by Craig Hall. Back to the centre come Halifax. Is this the last? There's a couple remaining. No, a couple more left. Man left on the floor. Will Brandon Moore go? Yes, he does. To Harris. Harris further wide to Robinson. Flat pass at the line to Garside, and the referee said that one's forward. So once again, Halifax get into this danger area and come up with an error late in the set that stops them getting the kick, and easy turnover for Featherstone.
They won't be happy with the way they're finishing sets, and I think I'd like to think we'd have somebody running straighter lines, and that's coming from a prop.
Yeah, everything's a bit lateral from Halifax, isn't it? They're running across and they're not they need to straighten up and square somebody up, don't they?
They do, and I would have run a short ball off you anytime.
That's why you've still got your good looks, Frank. So, good defence from Halifax as Featherstone down the short side, and Gareth Gale, who's been very impressive in the opening 21 minutes, again stands in the tackle. Can't get the offload away, but he'll play the ball. John Davis, the experienced back rower, is into the action for Featherstone. Directing traffic in at first man. Davis has got the ball again, out the back it goes, further wide into the arms of Thomas Mims. He will straighten up and attract the defenders on that far side, but Harrison, Barber are up to the challenge. It's through hands to Junior Moores. Junior Moores with that big offload and holds the ball in one hand. He's looking for support. Great offload, but it out into touch. And Gareth Gale, who I've given lots and lots of praise to in the opening 20 minutes, he was there for the offload. I don't think again it was perfect, but I think he probably should have taken it, Frank.
He got a hand to it, and you've got to think with an opportunity like that, we should be able to pick those up. And there wasn't anyone outside in front of him either.
And you see there, Junior Moores, it's like an apple or a tennis ball in his hand, isn't he? And I think the play was probably won earlier when Gareth Gale wasn't there on that first dummied pass. But I said both sides getting to the danger area, but then shooting themselves in the foot before coming up with that killer play.
And you can see in second phase from Featherstone, their offload game is really putting pressure on the Halifax defence. And as they get closer and closer to the line, I think that's going to put so much pressure on that if they're not careful, they might concede.
Yeah, it's difficult because that one tackle becomes 2, becomes 3, and your set of 6 becomes 9 and 10, doesn't it?
It's the effort on an effort. We've got guys starting to track back, and as an offload comes, they've got to come forward again.
The temperature, first time this year, is going to be a key factor in this game today. Sam Hewitt is forced back by the Featherstone defence. He'll play the ball to Harris. Elliot Morris in for his first carry. A couple of metres made by him. Stands on his feet. And Brandon Moore to Fairbank. A couple more metres gained from Fairbank. Now it's Leroy. Leroy gets rid of a Featherstone defender. I think it was the skipper Lockwood. As they go down that short side and Garside spins out of a couple. Put to the floor by Junior Moores. It'll come back to Robinson, who's under a bit of pressure. Torpedo bomb in midfield. Craig Hall underneath it. Craig Hall nowhere near it. And the ball bounces favourably for Featherstone and into touch. That was a great kick by Robinson. And Hawley didn't know where that one was going, did he?
There were awful kicks to try and catch. So, yeah, I'm glad I was never a winger or fullback. Wow.
That's one of those where you shout yours, don't you?
I think I heard that, to be fair.
Yeah, great kick by Connor Robinson. Just unfortunate for Halifax. The ball bounced, but it favoured Featherstone into touch.
It was a really good finish to their set. I would like to see more of an attacking kick as we get further into the game.
So Featherstone inside their own 20. Subs coming thick and fast now as Tatanga leaves the field. Davis gets rid of the ball. But he gets rid of the ball to the floor, John Davis. Good shot from Kevin Leroy. Leroy gives Davis a pat on the back, and this is a really, really good opportunity. Starting the set, Frank, 21, 22 metres away from Featherstone's line.
And I really would like to see something set up on a long side and some straight lines. Getting some big men running straight and hard.
Yeah, let's see where they go. It looks like they're going to go to the right-hand side, and Leroy will be the first one who'll set the play. Do they go one more and then come back? Brandon Moore looks to his left. He's got options both sides, but they're going to come back to the left. Harris runs round. Out the back it goes to Robinson, and Robinson didn't engage anyone, but gets the pass away to Barber. All offside. Do you take the 2? Do you take the 6? I'd carry on if it was me, Frank.
I'd carry on. I think he's going to have a quick tap. He's not careful.
Can't do that anymore. It's not allowed. Robinson comes in now, and I think he's been told from the sideline 2 is the best option. What do we know, Frank? What do we know?
It's really never kickers.
So Connor Robinson, a couple of metres to the left of the posts. It's not quite a gimme, Frank, but I'd still put my money on you knocking this one over.
I'd be searching for that water. These water carriers are going to be on and off all day, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, beautiful afternoon. Great to have the crowd back. We've mentioned that numerous times already this afternoon, but the atmosphere is better for us more importantly, Frank, better for the players too.
Oh, yeah, the players are definitely getting a lift from this. And if he slots this over, which I expect he will, should be a nice roar from the crowd.
There you go. First points of the afternoon, 27 minutes on the clock. And it's Halifax Panthers 2, Featherstone 0. You know it's tough. Jacob Fairbank, who's got an engine, Frank, hasn't he? You know, he's walking back, hands on hips, getting as much water as he can. That's how draining it is out there today.
He's put in the shift so far already. Some really good contact in defence, and he's taken some hit-ups and hard yardage as well.
Absolutely. 2 points to 0. 27 minutes as well, Frank. It's not been a classic, but it's had enough to keep us spellbound, hasn't it?
There's been plenty to talk about, to be fair. A lot of offloading and a lot of really good defence.
Saltonstall, deep inside his own 20. Catches the ball and spins out of a tackle. Tackled on the 20. Harris is at dummy half. Leroy will find Morris. Morris is put to the floor. Centre of the field. Moore. Good feet. Leroy got rid of the first defender. Couldn't get rid of Kopchak. They drive forward. Elliot Morris again. Brandon Moore's quick out of dummy half. There was a hole on the inside. Couldn't get the pass away. They'll go back to Robinson. Is he going to go for another torpedo? But this time it's another bomb. It's high into the air. But Gareth Gale was underneath it. Took it well, but the chase from Halifax is good. And tackling him inside his 20.
Great line speed. Well chased down that.
So down the short side will come Frankie Holton. Rowstone with the tackle. Junior Moores gets rid of Fairbank, but Fairbank comes for a second effort. Along with Leroy. Put him to the floor. Slow play the ball. Now it's Chisholm's turn to look for the 40-20. And he's got it. And he's got it. Oh, no he hasn't. Brilliant play by Woodburn Hall. How did that ball not go out? But excellent play. Gets the offload away to Saltonstall as well. Brilliant play from the Halifax fullback, Frank.
It really was. I, for all money, thought that was going out.
Yeah, me too. As Halifax do well, but then they're picked up and dumped and rammed to the floor. Saltonstall again. Davis is there with the tackle. Will wrestle him to the floor. Halifax keeping it tight. Here goes Elliot Morris. Good leg speed from Elliot Morris, and second effort picks him up another 5 yards. Quick play of the ball, and here goes Ollie Russell out of dummy half. Debut for Halifax on loan from Huddersfield as Connor Robinson, little kicking behind. It's into no man's land. It bounces round. It's going to be Halifax's ball. It's got to be Halifax's ball. The kick was by the fullback. It rebounded, and yeah, right call. Halifax get another set of 6.
Great call, here we go.
Yeah, good play by Ollie Russell, and that's when you know you're old. That's when you know you're old, Frank, when you've played against someone's dad. played against Ollie Russell's dad. Richie Russell, what a great player he was. So it's centre of the field. Big set opportunity, really good opportunity for Halifax here. It would be nothing more than they deserve. Great kick by Robinson, and as here goes Leroy. Leroy is tackled 5 metres away from the line. Russell's at dummy half. Out the back it goes to Harris, then to Robinson. Robinson then straightens up, gets the pass away to Worthington, but Worthington is wrestled and slammed to the floor by Brown. Wide pass to Brandon Moore. Brandon Moore tries to wrestle and push away a couple of defenders. He's still stood there, he's the Fax captain, but he can't get the ball away. Davies finally puts him to the floor. Russell tries to pinch one. Has he got to the line? No, he hasn't. Millimetres short. He's Ollie Russell. Brandon Moore will jump into dummy half. Wide pass to Harris. Further wide it goes to Woodburn Hall. Woodburn Hall throws the dummy, straightens up, gets the ball down. And Woodburn Hall. Referee, has he given it? I'm not sure he's given it. That will be interesting. No, the referee hasn't given it. He said he's knocked it on. Let's have a look at that. That looks like a try every day of the week for me, Frank.
It was a great individual effort there. Throws the dummy and takes on the line all himself.
I was going to say, got them in that position with miraculously saving the 40-20. Looked like he'd got the ball over the line. We'll have a look at that in the next stoppage. But boy, it looks like Featherstone, and then compound that, Elliot Morris is just tipped up Junior Moores that little bit too much over the horizontal, and his head's the first contact with the floor, and that's a penalty. Let's see if we can have a look at that try from Woodburn Hall. Not quite ready. Here we go, let's have a look, Frank, as he throws the dummy. So he throws the dummy, steps inside, steps off his right foot, pushes away one. That's a try every day of the week, Frank.
It was either a try or it was short. I can't see from here, but...
No, I'm short, that was a try. So Featherstone to the left-hand side, there go. This would be a double whammy if they concede on the back of that. That's a try for me, but quick out of dummy half comes Parata. Throws away one defender, but Russell's there along with Moore to make that tackle. Davis into dummy half, goes to the left. Through hands to Chisholm. Chisholm with those fast feet. This will be another set of 6. Picked up on the bounce by Mims. Mims looks and hits the accelerator, but Morris just about does enough with the ankle tap. 10 metres away from the line. Parata's at dummy half. Davis is out the back. He's got a runner on his outside who's Brown. Brown rotates. Has he got over the line? Yes, he has. And that's a double whammy. I didn't think that was a try, as it looks like Firmino Brown has hit the ball. His motion was definitely still going. He's rolled over the line and he's got the ball down. But boy, that's bad and harsh look on Halifax, Frank.
Well, from nearly scoring a try to conceding one at the other end, it's in this heat as well. It's not a good place to be.
Strange one. So here's the try coming. Brown hits the floor, rolls over. Yeah, that's a try. No arguments about that one. My argument is still think that that's a try at the other end. And Halifax have done really well there, haven't they? And unfortunately for them, but that's rugby league, Frank. It's not just about attacking. You've got to defend as well. And they were celebrating the try 6 plays later, the conceding one.
I think that's the unfortunate thing. They thought they'd scored that one, and by the look of it, Featherstone had turned that around and scored at the other end, gone 100 metres.
Yeah, did indeed. Second set of 6. Get my teeth in. There's Dane Chisholm. A couple of metres to the right of the posts. 6-2 it is. Feels a little bit harsh. 6 minutes to go to the break. A little bit disappointing for Halifax there, Frank.
Yeah, we could do with a good set here before we go into half time. Any sort of points on the board before half time is going to be good for Halifax.
So, Connor Robinson. The ball on the kicking tee. High. Holmes is underneath it. That's a great chase by Ollie Russell. Really enthusiastic chase. Garside there to help him out as well. There's Gareth Gale. A couple of metres gained. Parata is at dummy half. Kopchak. 36 minutes from Kopchak, Frank. Big effort from the front rower.
Still out there on this week. He's not nice, I can tell you that much.
Davis, former Sheffield back rower, steps inside a couple. He's tackled by Leroy. Big contacts in the middle, and that's good yards after that initial contact. It's back to Holmes to kick long downfield. Saltonstall is underneath it, backing into his 20, does well. Takes it on the full and he runs across and can't get away from the defenders, but Halifax will start inside their own, or just on their own 20. Here goes Rothstone. 3 defenders needed to put him down. Woodburn Hall's at dummy half to Worthington. Worthington just over the 40-metre line. Up the middle Great offload, excellent offboard. Woodman hauls into space. He's got Harris on his right hand side. Harris has got the ball, and Halifax are inside the 10. Great tackle by Gareth Gill, but Halifax have got numbers to the left hand side if they can get the ball there. Russell over the top, gets it to Rawthorne. Rawthorne steps inside, goes for the line. Good defence by try scorer Brown. This is the last one. Russell at dummy half to Robinson. Robinson with the kick over. What's the chase like? It's a decent kick. The ball's bouncing all over the place. It's down on the floor. It's still in. That's got to be a knock on, surely. Referee says no. Referee says play on.
He's going to play on. He went back in goal.
Yeah, great kick by Connor Robinson. Great chase by Halifax, but I think the rolls of the ball just haven't gone Halifax's way in this first half, Frank. And now they give away a penalty.
No. The penalties are always following these unfortunate decisions. We've just got to really keep the head in the game, I think.
Yeah, we can maybe have another look at that kick. It'll be interesting to see what actually happened. It bounced around. I thought there was a knock on, but referee's a lot closer than what we are. He said no. So here goes the kick. It was a great kick right on the money by Robinson. Little left foot dink over the top. So it's parried back. There's one knock on. Parried back. He was in front of him, wasn't he?
He looked to be in front.
Yeah, I think it's not a blatant error, is it, Frank? It's one of those, a 50-50. You can't really argue with either decision, but it's a bounce of the ball, and I think the bounce of the ball have gone Featherstone's way in this first half. But you and I both know they generally even themselves up.
Yeah, like I said, any sort of points right back into this half were going to be good for Halifax, and I think that they really put a good kick in there for that opportunity.
They are indeed. So Halifax, a couple of minutes to go to half-time. What Halifax can't do, Frank, though, is they can't concede any more points, can they? Not before half-time.
We need to see those collisions again. I know it's tough. I know it's late in the first half, but any sort of collision would be good here.
The Kopchak to Holmes. Holmes goes further wide to Chisholm, and Chisholm steps inside, but Harris has pinched it one-on-one. Good play, Liam Harris. One-on-one steal, and that's excellent play from the young halfback. Have Halifax got points in them as we approach probably the last set? Great offload. And Saltonstall will be tackled. Harris gets the pass away to Woodburn Hall, and Woodburn Hall gets over that 40-metre line. Russell to Leroya, almost down to walking pace now. Both sides are really tired, Frank, aren't they, in this heat?
Those back three for Halifax really started the yardage sit well for them.
Harris again, great play from Harris. Brandon Moore on the inside. I think that was a penalty as well. He was pretty certain he was tackled before he had the ball there, but this is the last one. What's Robinson got in his bag of tricks this time? He's going to run it. He gets the pass away to Gardside. Gardside's got to keep the ball alive. Didn't realise it was the last one. Good option by Robinson. And Gardside just took the tackle. Not the worst place in the world to turn it over. And this will be the last set of the first half. Don't think there'll be anything fancy coming from Featherstone, but saying that, Halton gets rid of a couple, then gives away a penalty. I don't be surprised, do you, Frank? Chisholm goes for a decent touch finder, then looks for a 40-metre one-pointer.
You think? 1 point in this late in the first half?
Why not? Maybe he hasn't got so far in the yardage. No, I thought he'd maybe gone for a bit further. I don't think he'll go for that now. I'm pretty certain he won't. Do they just put the cue on the rack? It's only going to be one tackle. If the clock's right, they're going to go wide, and Chisholm to his left-hand side to Mims. Mims up against Harris. Must be a bit of time left in this one. Clock on the screen isn't actually the official clock, so I do apologise. It's Featherstone. Holmes. Lateral and finds try scorer Brown, who throws a dummy and then finds Junior Moores. Junior Moores then straightens up against Robinson. Robinson does well, but the referee says he's tackled. Robinson's left on the floor. Still down, Robinson. He's got to get up and get back into that line. It's not nice tackling those big guys, but you've got to do it. Held up over the line. Referee will put him back into the field of play. It's Gale. Referee's held up. Is it head knock? Just waiting for them to go back now. So Parata, Kopchak, Davies, Brown, Chisholm with a little double pump. But Halifax do well to defend that one. This is the last one. Back to Holmes. Holmes with the kick across. Great take by Featherstone. Can he get into free space? No, he can't. That would have been interesting, Frank.
If he just got free, hey?
Yeah, he got him, but Worthington. Bit of footwork from him. He's tackled. Ollie Russell. Brandon Moore. Elliot Morris. Good yards by Morris. Second effort from him. Quick play the ball. Saltonstall's away. He's looking for a runner on his inside. Gets the offload away. Brilliant offload. Halifax have been the more expansive these last 5 or 6 minutes, Frank. I think they pretty much deserve a try. Can they get one? Brandon Moore. Out the back to Harris. To Robinson. Woodburn Hall. And again, just trying that one pass too many. That just wasn't on, Frank, was it? It just wasn't.
They've plenty of opportunities to get these balls away earlier before the line. Just unlucky there. Too much traffic there to try and make that pass.
I think if I'm being super critical of Halifax, Frank, they've rather gone too deep into the line or too far away from the line. They've not got it right too many times in this half.
Well, the second phase, the offload late in the first half has done really well for Halifax's yardage sets. They've done super well, almost getting a try down the.
So yeah, it's been, they were really unlucky, weren't they? Woodburn Hall, as you said, for our money, he was over the line. He wasn't given. Halifax, for the only real time in the half, took the foot off the pedal and they conceded a try. But that's full credit to Featherstone. That's what good teams do to you, Frank.
They do. Featherstone have been using that offload as well, and they've got the big guy on the right-hand side here causing all sorts of hassle.
Yeah, so it's been a really, really interesting, really good game of rugby league in that first half. We haven't troubled the scoreboard too much, but it's been fierce, it's been ferocious, and it's been really, really enjoyable. So score here at half-time. Robinson with a penalty goal for Halifax Panthers on 27 minutes. Featherstone hit back with a try from Brown on 28. Chisholm gold. 6-2 Featherstone lead at half-time. Be back here for the second half because this one's going to be really, really exciting.
To get here, but Super League has reached its finale. Oh, he's hit the post. The chasers are on. The ball is disappearing. It's Wellesby. A surreal season has reached the conclusion.
Going for the corner. Well, that could be a sensational try. They could be in and they are in. Great run from Campbell. Can he get it down?
Surely Ainscore's going to go in. Yes, he is. On the toes! Still on the toes! That's Smeaton. Great try.
Teeter backs the pace and will score. Going for the line, reaches out, ball on the line, spots the gap, they're going for it. The cup winners, the double winners, the Leeds Rhinos.
That is one sensational try. He's going over for a try. He's going to score a try. It's the try.
Burrow, off he goes.
A tremendous try.
It is one of the great Wembley tries. It is the Challenge Cup final. And it's going to be Ash Handley.
A kick to the corner. This is a chase, and that's a brilliant take. Superb for Frank Goldthorpe.
And we're off. It's just popped up in the hole.
And here is an unforgettable moment for this group of Leeds players. Maybe this is a new golden generation.
Yeah, it's a great day. It was really intense, but it was good to get around the boys again, get around the coaching staff, and meeting Sean for the first time in person. We've had a lot of Zooms, but yeah, it was a great session.
No, it was great. It was great to meet some of the lads, new faces as well, I've not met before. So, you know, first thing in the session, we've obviously done a lot on the Zoom and the Zoom meetings, a lot of video online. So it was actually great to meet everyone today and get some quality work done on the field.
Yeah, really good. You know, it was really good to get together, and it's always nice to put on an England, even if it's just a training shirt. You know, good to get together and obviously meet Sean as the head coach and kind of learn his philosophies and what he wants to do with us. And you know, it was pretty basic session, but really enjoyable. And you know, I feel like I got a lot out of it, and you know, learnt new things off a new person, which is always good. Sean as the head coach has had so much success. And you know, just got a little snippet into it today, and it was a really enjoyable session.
Good, a good first get together. It's the first time I've been involved in one, and I've really enjoyed it. Yeah, seeing a different coach's points of view in the game and stuff like that, and how they go about stuff. Yeah, it's good, and it's something that I'll be looking to take back to my club. Everything we worked on today is something that I need to add to my game if I want to be in there at the end of the year. So yeah, still a lot to learn, and it's enjoyable.
Yeah, massively. The coaches have made it clear what they expect for us individually and as a team from day one, and that was, you know, just transferred straight to the field there. And you know, that was a fantastic session, and it was super sharp, as it always is when you're training international level, and you know, good signs early on.
Yeah, definitely. And when you're training with the best in Super League as well, you know, it's good, and it ups your levels. Well, you have to up your levels, but it's good that, like I said, the training with quality, and it's no surprise because the players are top quality as well.
Yeah, it's awesome. You know, you turn up and you just know straight away. You know, you're at England, and everything's high quality. You know, everything gets looked at. No small detail gets missed. Oh, it's you know, it's good. It's eye-opening sometimes. You know, to get a coach to look at the small details that you might miss sometimes. And yeah, this morning, all the small details, you know, got picked up on. So as a player, it's great because, you know, it helps you to improve and be a better player, you know, next day.
Yeah, first class. You know, super impressive coaching staff, obviously. Full of ex-internationals as well, which helps, and obviously their experience will help us as we go on to the World Cup as we go through the season. So, you know, high expectation, but high quality, and we think we delivered that today.
Actually, in real life, us speaking to each other in real life, yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah, it seems a bit like weird that we're actually speaking to each other, which is crazy. But no, really enjoyable. You know, got a lot out of the day, and it's going to hold us in good stead, I'd say.
At Dacia, we know how to make a little go a long way. So right now, you can pick up the award-winning Dacia Duster for £149 a month. Dacia, you do the maths.
Welcome back, everybody. Just getting our breath back from that pulsating first 40 minutes of rugby here at the Shea. The sun's shining, and now we're just going to have a look over those key talking points of that first half. Yeah, so Halifax now. Great defence here from Gadwin Springer. That was the first one. So Springer there, really good defence, and now they look like Kopchak's going for it again, and Gadwin Springer, good effort there, Frank, from the big front rower.
He did really good effort there to stop that try.
Yeah, now at the other end, here's Halifax first real attacking opportunity. Robinson right into the teeth, gets the pass away to Garside. Up. That referee just said it was a forward pass, and that was probably again one of those where they went just that little bit too much. Now it's the first penalty, the first point of the afternoon, and Connor Robinson does what Connor Robinson does really well. Now this is the big key talking point, Frank. This is the try. So he comes down there, Woodburn Hall throws the dummy, steps inside, hand. That's a try every day of the week, that, Frank.
Looks like a try to me, but he didn't call it that way, did he? He said it was a knock-on, and resulting from that.
And we're going to have another look at it even slower. So throws the dummy. I think his hand rolls over it, but I think he's got the ball down before that, and there's nothing else he can do there. And that's a try. That's a try. That's really harsh. Then we go the other end, and this is double money where Brown just rolls over. You know, it's hard to see from that one whether he's over the line, but you can't argue. The referee's right on the spot. It's definitely not a double movement, Frank, was it?
It wasn't a double movement. He was still moving. But I'd argue that he was rolling as well.
Yeah, you know, I think... And that's a 12-point turnaround, isn't it? Because it's that first one's given, that second one doesn't happen. Because Halifax have got ball in hand.
And that's right. I mean, that's what we were talking about earlier. It's all about these offloads.
Yeah, great offload. Woodburn Hall, who's been heavily involved. Harris down the middle now. Is there a pullback on this one? Is he? No, he just gets to the floor. That's good play by Halifax. I think that's the key for Halifax, keeping that ball alive up the middle. And here's the next one where great kick again by Robinson. Little kick over the top. It's knocked back into the field of play. It's knocked on there. That's a knock on every day of the week. Andy's in front of him.
He was in front of him in the end goal, and he gives it the other way, and they play on from this.
Yeah, so, you know, worst case scenario, that's a penalty, and it's 6-4. But
what we're saying is there's two real good opportunities for Halifax here that didn't go their way, and one of them resulted in a try.
But we take our players' hats off and we put our coaching hats on. The scoreboard isn't in Halifax's favour, but Simon Griggs isn't too disappointed with that first half.
No, well, if I was him, I'd be happy with the defensive effort so far, and I like the way they finished the second half. There was a lot of energy. They used the bench really well. I was really impressed with the efforts of Ollie Russell. Yeah. He come on. His energy and his enthusiasm, I think, lifted the team in the second half, and did some really good things, you know, making 2, 3, 4 tackles in a set, and ball in hand, you know, he made some good yardage.
It's just that Super League experience, isn't it? I think, you know, Ollie Russell is a very, very good player for the future. He's a very, very good player now, but he needs to be playing, and he comes out, he just wants to play. You can see the enthusiasm of him, that he just wants to be involved.
And he's got a good footballing brain. I mean, in this sort of heat, with that sort of footwork and speed, he's going to make a difference.
Yeah, and it was interesting as Halifax come back out into that field of play. What Halifax did, Frank, at the back end of that second half, which was really, really interesting, they brought Ollie Russell on, who's a half-back or a hooker, but they also kept both the half-backs and the hooker on. So they had the skipper, Brandon Moore, they had Ollie Russell, they had Harris, they had Robinson, and they had Woodburn Hall all around that middle, looking for the tired defenders, and that's when Halifax sort of got them breaks around that middle.
But they also used their wingers and fullback in yardage, running off quick play the balls and creating quick play the balls, and the big men were able to run into spaces, and that's why they're getting their hands free, I believe.
We've talked about Halifax. Let's talk about Featherstone now, because again, James Webster, we both know him really well. They've not been great, Featherstone, but the 6-2 in front.
They've had sustained pressure on Halifax's line. They had 3 sets in a row and didn't come away with anything, which Halifax will be happy about. But Featherstone, not so much, I don't think. But in their yardage, they've been getting penalties as well, which have been letting them off the hook. You know, the cheap penalties Halifax have been giving away, so yardage has been easy for them. I'd have hoped, if I was their coach, that they'd have had another try or two.
And if it was me, my game plan would be Junior Moore's one-on-one.
Definitely one-on-one, big man on little man. You just saw it. You saw it all through that first half. His hands like frying pans around that ball. Yeah. Seriously.
And as a half-back, if it was me, I'd just follow him around, because you're just going to get the ball, wouldn't you? He'd draw in the people, pop it back off to you, and, you know, easy as that. And it just looked like a tennis ball in his hand, didn't it?
It did. And I've met a lot of big men around, but not many of them carry the ball around in one hand like that.
Absolutely. So, 6-2 half-time, Featherstone's favours. You went with Halifax before the game, Frank. You sticking with it?
I am. The way they finished the first half, I think we're a chance here. It's a game. Game on.
Game on indeed. Let's see as Halifax and Woodburn Hall catch the ball and hand it on to Elliot Morris. Russell's in at dummy half. Gets the pass away to Worthington. Quick play the ball from Worthington. Robinson, Morris again, throws the dummy. Gets the offload away to Leroy. Bouncing round all over the place, but it's back to one as Woodburn Hall. He's another one who Halifax want hand on the ball because he looks dangerous when he has it. Now up the middle through Leroy, just short of the halfway line. Ollie Russell waits at dummy half. Little pop pass from Moore to Morris. Russell again at dummy half to Harris. Harris out the back to Robinson. Robinson throws the dummy in through. He's got support from Garside. Garside's tackled. Robinson probably should have threw the dummy, but he didn't, and he got the pass away. And fortunately for Chisholm, gambled and scrambled correctly. Ollie Russell for the line. He's almost there. He's forced back into the field of play. Big tackle from Featherstone on the line. It's Robinson. Wide it goes to Harris. Further wide to Moore. Moore gets the ball away, but it's intercepted. And has he got the pace? Oh, yes, he has. Good night. Shut the gate. Dane Chisholm. Or Craig Hall, sorry. Craig Hall's going to go fully 80 metres. How many times has Craig Hall done that his career? And that pretty much sums up Halifax's afternoon. 2 or 3 good things shoot themselves in the foot. Brandon Moore with the long cutout pass. Craig Hall says thank you very much, and he sprints 80 metres for the first try of the second half. Yeah, player down, Connor Robinson down in back play. And again, it should have been a Halifax try, Frank, and it's gone the other end. So pass over the top. Craig Hall just sticks his arm up. Probably would have been a try if it wasn't intercepted, but Craig Hall's done that many, many times in his career, and he sprints 85 metres to go to that try.
It's unfortunate because we were looking at some really good yardage after a penalty from Halifax, and obviously just one more pass or one dummy pass, and they could have been under the sticks.
And double blow for Halifax. Connor Robinson is limping off, or carried off, shall I say. Arm round the shoulders of the water carriers. Don't think we'll see him again this afternoon. Dane Chisholm, a bit of abuse from the Halifax regulars behind that post. Makes no mistake, 12 points to 2, and yeah, it's double whammy. You know, a great break by Robinson as well, and he did everything right, really, didn't he? But Dane Chisholm just gambled, didn't he, as we watch it. Connor Robinson straight through. He's got a man on his outside. He throws the dummy. He's under the post, isn't he? Absolutely under the post.
But it was offloads again, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. But you've got to give, you know, the credit there to Chisholm, because he gambled, and he gambled correctly, didn't he?
He did. And it was well done by Featherstone.
12 points to 2. Featherstone in the lead now. I suppose they're lucky in a way that Ollie Russell, a ready-made replacement, is already in the game, as Featherstone, a couple of passes wide and then straighten up, elbow there. Says Ed Barber. Referee says no, as John Davis goes forward, and this time. And again, that's a story of Halifax. He probably should have had a penalty, didn't get it, but what did they do? They concede a penalty.
Conceding these penalties and yardage again. We saw it in the first half. He's having a word now, but I think we really do need to crack down on these penalties.
Yeah, it's just silly play from Halifax. Yeah, Ed Barber gets an elbow to the mush, but if it's not given, you can't take your own justification out, can you? He's just giving away a penalty, and now Featherstone look to turn the screw again as Holmes hands the ball on to Callum Field, and Field will get to centre field. Parata at dummy half, picks up, comes back to Holmes. Poor pass from Holmes and goes behind Craig Hall, but Saltonstall picks it up. Scrappy piece of play. Is the first knock-on going to be by Halifax? I think it may well be. Or is the referee going to say it's Halifax ball? Nope, he's going to give the ball to Halifax. Hallelujah, sing the Halifax fans. Think referees have missed crowds, Frank?
I think they have.
I think they have too. I think, you know, to be a referee is a thankless task, isn't it? And, you know, they do a really, really difficult job. But I think the banter's part of it for them as well, isn't it?
Well, I mean, like you can have a beer with a referee. I know you probably don't want to, but you could do if you wanted to. And the referees I've met are really funny guys. Yeah. Clearly, I didn't like referees in my time.
Morris centre field. Brandon Moore at dummy half picks up, finds Leroya. Leroya goes hard and straight, just short of the halfway line, where Holmes, Brad Day complete the tackle again. Harris back on the inside. It goes to Sam Hewitt. Hewitt's tackled on the halfway line. Dan Murray, hard and straight, picks up 10 more metres. Last one. We go to Harris. Harris is just going to put it up in the air. Good play by Chisholm. Just waited for the ball to come down. He was under pressure from Ed Barber, but then just pushed Ed Barber away like he was swatting a fly. Good play from Chisholm. Featherstone inside their own half. Leroya went for the big shot and missed. And Thomas Mims, a couple more metres made from him. Featherstone looking a little bit more composed in this second half, actually. Don't seem to be rushing things as much as that's just hard yards made up the middle. Big collision in the middle. Featherstone skipper is up gingerly as the first try scorer Brown skips out of a couple of tackles and gets the pass away to Holton. Holton is then tackled. This will be the last one. Brown again. Throws the dummy, gets the offload away, but that's forward.
I look forward to me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's forward. Referee was right in line and on the money. Have another look at one. Just throws the little dummy, skips. Yeah, that's forward.
Yeah, he's just overrun that.
Got some nice skills though, Brown. Frank?
Silky skills, but didn't account for much this time.
No. Saltonstall gets his arm free, but he decides to pull it back in and keep hold of the ball. Moore. Down the short side go Halifax. And Saltonstall again, 2 carries from him. Worthington was the third, so 3 carries from the outside backs of Halifax so far. Into the arms of Liam Harris, and he gets the pass away to Sam Hewitt, but Hewitt can't get any change out the Featherstone defence, but they're inside Featherstone territory as Russell, 1 dummy, 2 dummy, and kicks into space down that far side. If it stays in, it will be nice, just has too much on it. Skips on, bounces out the back, and that'll be 7 tackles for Featherstone. And I suppose we've got plenty of time left, 30, still well over 30 minutes to go. But I think every opportunity now, Featherstone will slow the game down, Frank.
I think so. What we're seeing though is some really slow play the balls at the minute. I think it's an effect of the weather, an effect of all the guys just feeling the heat, I think.
Yeah, and Halifax need to speed it up, don't they? Because that's when they had their best period of pressure as Junior Moores carries and takes 3 defenders, and he's still going as the big man. And finally he's put to the floor just short of the 40-metre line. Parata to Holmes. Forward scream the fans. That's right in line with me, and that wasn't forward. Right decision by the referee. As Lockwood wrestles with a couple. Kick through the middle looking for Chisholm. What's the bounce of the ball like? It's Woodburn Hall is just about there, but Chisholm drags him back. Has he forced him over the line? Yes, he has. Great player by Dane Chisholm. Crowd don't like it. Again, it's another one. Let's have a look at it if we can again. It was a great kick, wasn't it, by Tom Holmes?
Kicks. Sure, great attacking kick.
Tom Holmes and Chisholm certainly playing on the same hymn sheet.
But it was that second effort to drag him back over the line.
Was his, here we go. Let's have a look. So it's a kick. He's onside. There's no arguments about that. The ball bounces, hits the floor. His elbow. Yeah, second effort again. It looks a harsh one, doesn't it? As Lockwood tries to get the pass away, can't do so. But it's another set of 6. As Featherstone looking to put this game to bed. I think another try probably wins it, Frank, if I'm honest. As Davis, hard and straight, goes inside the 20. Leroy does enough to put him to the floor. Here comes the player, Lockwood. Holmes throws a dummy through the first line. Can't get through the second, and Woodburn Hall just about does enough along with Harris. Lockwood has tackled a metre short of the line, still a couple of tackles remaining. Parata's at dummy half. Holmes, wide pass. It's not the best, but it's brought in by Holton, and he'll be tackled. This is the last one. Picked up from dummy half by Gale. Gale's going to try and pinch one. Gale's got over the line. That's a soft try, Frank. That's a poor try from Halifax. I think that's probably just a little bit of fatigue, and the winger on that far side, Gareth Gale, who's been mightily impressive for me, he just picked the ball up, set his sights on the goal line. Halifax expecting the kick, couldn't get any momentum, and he's too big and he's too strong, and he's plonked the ball down.
He's just taken the line on. He's just said, look, I'm going to take this carry, and he said, who's going to stop me? Unfortunately, Halifax were found wanting.
Yeah, it was almost a little bit there. Halifax sat back expecting the kick. You don't have to kick, do you? So we're looking at it again on the replay. You know, it's not the quickest play of the ball, so Halifax have no excuses. But Gale just picks it up. He's only got one thing on his mind. Leroy involved, a couple of others involved there. James Woodburn Hall was another, and it's a soft try. You're disappointed. Simon Griggs a little bit disappointed with that one, I think, Frank.
Certainly not going to be happy with it. I mean, it's making it a tough old second half to try and win this one.
Yeah, it certainly is. 51 minutes on the clock when that try was scored by Gale. Don't know much about Gareth Gale, Frank, but the big wing has been pretty impressive today.
He has. I mean, not just that try. Some of his yardage sets have been really good. Good on defence.
So Chisholm, 2 from 2. Hardest one so far. Couple of steps back. And his 100% record has gone south. Big moment of the game, Frank, for Halifax. Starting front row back into the game, Tangata and Godwin.
Nice to see them back on. That's not to say I don't think the guys that came off the bench didn't do a bad job, but you know, they're fresh now, and I think you need to see those quick play the balls and some more contact.
Yeah, absolutely. So Harris looking for touch. He's kicked the ball down that short side, but Featherstone have read the play, but momentum from Halifax. They've not give up on this one, that is for sure. Still plenty of time left. 27 minutes left in the game. I think what we need, if Halifax are to win this game, Frank, they need to be next to score, that is for sure.
I think they need to be trying to stop him here in this yardage set, not give a penalty away, and then have an attacking set on Featherstone's line.
So Featherstone have nothing particular, and that's silly. Is that it's going to be a bit of a Springer's involved? Didn't really see what happened there. It was, I think it's the last try scorer. Is it Gale who's involved? Something or nothing. But yeah, it's Gale who was involved. Was it Springer?
Not sure exactly who was involved.
Tangata, was it?
Tangata might be unhappy about something in there.
We'll have a look at that one again just to see what actually went on at the play of the ball there. It was a bit of pushing and toing and throwing. So the first hits is there. Springer and Tangata are involved. A little bit of pushing. A little bit of a slap. Was there a hand somewhere where there shouldn't be, maybe? But the referee's given the penalty to Featherstone. And what you said, Frank, was couldn't concede a penalty is exactly what they have done. And now they're going to be defending their own line.
Their pressure's back on Halifax again. In this heat, it's just it's not looking good.
And Chisholm's really good. He just doesn't take the 10 metres, does he? 30 metres gained on that kick there. So Featherstone will start this set on the 20-metre line, and first drive from Joni Amores carries them deep inside that 20. Everybody lined out to the left. What have Featherstone got in their playbook? Brown. Wide it goes to the substitute Callum Field, and Field is midfield. They carry it on to the left, to the skipper Lockwood. That look forward. Referee says no, but Lockwood doesn't wait around and he goes forward a couple more metres. Slow play the ball. Parata's at dummy half. Back it goes to Holmes. He had a little look, didn't he? He had a little look.
They had a stacks on that right side.
Yeah, Tom Holmes just had a little look to see where Gadwin Springer was there and Dan Murray as they were coming towards him, and he just took his eye over the ball for that split second, and as soon as you do that, the knock on, and Halifax keep the game alive, I think, Frank.
In yardage now, we just need to see him get a... Oh, yes, good offload there.
That was a great offload by Springer, late offload. Unfortunately, Halifax were a little bit flat-footed, but they have gave 5 or 6 more metres on the back of that. Decent play of the ball. Woodburn Hall gets an offload away to Rothstone. Now Worthington. Worthington carries strongly, but 3 Featherstone defenders are there. Brandon Moore has a little look down the short side, comes back to the open. Carries from Dan Murray. Quick play the ball again, and Halifax are on the front foot. Back to 1.
Quick play the balls are really making a difference here.
Yeah, John Davis has got a bang to the head, so this will be stopped. And that's the key for Halifax, getting those smaller men in round that dummy half, playing the ball quickly.
And they're moving forward in numbers as well. They're not just sending them one out, which is really good.
Yeah, that's a head knock to the head, so John Davis will have to come off, won't he? He'll have a head assessment. Just not. They've been arguably the better side for long periods of this game, Halifax, Frank, haven't they? They've just, I suppose, they've been their own worst enemy a little bit.
Yeah, and we've said it before. It's these penalties as well that have just let them down, and offloading. Just that last pass, the offloads and yardage to get them to where they're attacking the line have been fantastic. But it's just that decision making closer to the line.
John Davis is okay. As I said, it was a head knock, so I'm surprised that he hasn't been made to go off to have that assessment. But 25 minutes left on the clock. Russell gets the pass on the inside to Tangata. The big man's tackled just outside the 20. Can Halifax breathe life into this game? Oh, big hit, Davis. Big hit. Now let's have a look at this one again. Now my initial thoughts on this one, Frank, I don't think there's anything in this, and I'll talk you through it in a minute, but let's see if we can have another look at it, because I think as a halfback, and you're a big man, I have got to be fearful that you're going to hit me. So let's have a look to see if it's a late tackle. So the pass. Is it an elbow, John Davis?
There's contact and there's contact, and I mean, if there's an elbow in there, you can't have that.
I don't know about that. I haven't seen it a second time. I'm still undecided. I don't suppose he was wrapping his arms around him. I don't think it was late, Frank.
I think it was a flat ball. I agree with you there, but it's a tough one. There's a big man being called to hit somebody at the line.
But if I'm going to, as a halfback, and as an ex-halfback, I'm absolutely all in favour of halfbacks being protected after they've passed the ball. But I also believe that a big man, if I'm in the motion of passing and I release the ball, you should still be able to belt me, because I've got to have that fear factor that you are going to belt me. So it really is a fine line, and I think that one, I think we've got the wrong call here on my quick couple looks that I've seen at it. But the decision's been made, and probably for the first time in the game, a 50-50 call has gone Fax's way.
Gone Fax's way. I was about to say that. Thank you very much.
We'll see if Halifax can turn it into points, because that's the key, isn't it? You know. Here we go, just a little bit slower. Let's have a look at it then. It's going to come on big on our screens now. So the pass is there. See, I'm sticking with my original. I think.
No, fair call. No, fair call. He's taken it to the line to draw the big man and to put someone in the hole behind him, and that's what he did.
You know, it's really brave from Ollie Russell, you know, but 10 minutes, what do I know? What do I know?
And this could be a 10 minutes where Halifax will get some points.
Yeah, so John Davis has been put in the bin. The referee's looked at it. It's a fine line as a halfback. I believe that you've got to be able to be hit, but it's that fine line. The pass had gone, but was he still in the motion of passing?
But you don't want to see anybody get hurt.
No, absolutely you don't want to see anyone get hurt.
But I don't think there was any malice in that either.
Let's see if it impacts on the game, Frank, as Gadwin Springer, is this the lift that Halifax needed? Harris, Woodburn Hall, gets the pass away to Sam Hewitt. Hewitt is picked up by the Featherstone defenders and forced back into the line. Brandon Moore gets the pass away to Dan Murray. Murray will stand, and then he's put to the floor. Comes back to Harris. Harris at the line, gets the ball away. Ed Barber trying to reach out, he can't do so, and that's excellent defence again. And it looks like Barber's injured this time, Frank.
It does. I didn't see what actually happened there, but it was seeming to stretch out for the line.
I think he just rolled in the tackle. I think it was just one of those where tried to reach out. He's back to his feet now. Referee's going to say he's okay. 23 minutes on the clock. Is there a fight back in this Halifax side? Does it start here with this play? Brandon Moore. Springer on the charge. The big man's through the first line. Gets the ball away to Leroy. Leroy, has he got the ball down? It's not Leroy, it's Tangata. Tangata's got the ball down. We said about the impact off the bench, Frank. You said it, those two big men needed to impact. It was Springer with the initial offload through the line. Tangata still had work to do, and the big man did it.
He did. Big man to big man. Springer with the footwork at the line, gets his arms free. Passes Tangata under the post. Really good effort.
Yeah, excellent play from Halifax. We did say they needed to be next to score. We also said, here we go, great play by the front throwers. You must love this, Frank, as it is. Springer on the charge, he's straight through the line, but he gets the ball in that great position. Tangata, his fellow front row, went with him, plonks the ball down.
It was really good to see the big man in full flight.
Yeah.
He's got fantastic feet and hands.
And Harris adds over the extra two. Game on. 22 minutes left, Frank. Game back on.
Here we go.
Here we go again. Excellent play from the big man. Springer on the charge. Just bumps off, but he manages to keep that ball alive. Tangata still had awful amount to do. 4 men on him. But boy, did he do well, got the ball down.
I think he had something to prove there, to be fair.
These next 7 or 8 minutes are key, Frank, aren't they? Featherstone down to 12 men. What Halifax can't do is anything stupid and give away an easy turnover. They don't need to win it in this set, do they?
They don't. They need to just get forward and fatigue Featherstone in this next 7 minutes.
With a big carry from Gadwin Springer. They'll just go forward. This time Dan Murray. Nothing flash. 2 drives from the front rowers. Then a bit of footwork from the backs in Saltonstall. Gets his arms free. Keeps hold of the ball. The skipper, Brandon Moore's at dummy half. Goes to his left and Tangata. Tangata throws the dummy. Junior Moores will wrap him up. Good contest between those 2 big Kiwis out on that side. Poor pass from Murray, but it's picked up by Hewitt. Hewitt comes back on the inside. Last one. Harris is going to put it high. Chisholm's underneath it.
He's having a good
Chisholm
game,
takes it. Yeah, he's got that class, hasn't he? He's been the one who's had that bit of class from the Featherstone perspective.
Taking that ball, as he did, under pressure.
Yeah. Gets up a little bit gingerly. So Brown from dummy half. Got the ball rolling with that first try on 28 minutes. Good tackle from Moore. Another good carry from Gareth Gale. This is the last one. Holmes under a bit of pressure, kicks into no man's land. Bounce favours Halifax, and Woodburn Hall will have it inside his own 20. Into the final quarter of the game. Featherstone into two big men, Junior Moores and Lockwood. They complete the tackle. Leroy still going forward. Connor Jones into the game now, he makes the tackle. Harris. Good play from Halifax, and Ed Barber looking for the gap in behind to play the ball. Murray, out of one tackle, out of two. Halifax getting on top now, Frank, making yards up the middle. This is the last one, need a good kick. They've gone down the left-hand side with Russell. Russell's going to dink the ball over the top. Gale's there, can they force him back? He stood up in the tackle. Good play by the winger. Again, big and strong. Does what he needed to do. Featherstone have the ball inside their own 20, Frank.
I think this is the longest period without a penalty, mate. I don't want to jinx it, but it's some really good rugby so far.
Is indeed Kopchak back into the game as another Featherstone player stays down. Frankie Holton on that far side, I think it is. Bit of cramp from him. Here's Kopchak straight off the bench, straight into the game, goes at Harris. Harris does well. Kopchak plays the ball super quick. Harris does excellently well, but Jones gets the ball away down the short side. Mims. Hewitt does well. Referee's going to say it's a penalty. Swinging arm in the face, Frank.
Yep, sorry I jinxed that.
Yeah, I think Mims has got a bit of blood coming out the snozzle. That sort of gives it away that it was a little bit high, Frank.
Yep, so much for the modelling career.
So Chisholm, again, just takes a little sting out the game. Kicks down the touchline. 16 points to 8, Featherstone lead. Mims says he's okay, taps the ball to Day. Day gets rid of Hewitt. Can't get rid of Barber though. Featherstone go forward through Beckett. Beckett backs inside the 20. Connor Jones is at dummy half. To his right hand side is Kopchak. Further wide is Junior Moores. Chisholm making the link to Gale. Gale back on the inside. Gale still going. Gale to the line. There's 6 players underneath him.
Great scramble there by Halifax.
Yeah, good play by Featherstone again. Chisholm with those really good inputs into the game, doesn't he? Great little 2-on-1 down the short side. And Gale did most things right, just couldn't get the ball down. Brown, flat pass. No look, flat pass.
Did a few of those in your time, didn't you? No lookers?
Yeah, they're generally at the floor though. It's Chisholm again. This time it's Junior Moores over the top, gets the pass away to Gale, and Gale, who I've been full of credit for all afternoon, that time just comes up with the mistake. He just reached at the ball again. It wasn't the best offload in the world. It wasn't straight into the bread basket, but again he should have taken it from.
No, but again, great defensive effort from Halifax. Featherstone 1 man down and still looked like they was going to score a try.
Yeah, again, Junior Moores, he's not had too many involvements, Frank, has he? But when he has, they've been effective.
He's a big man.
Yeah, he is a big man, and he's got agility as well, hasn't he? He's got good footwork, and he's got good skills with ball in hand. There's Tangata on a good pass from Saltonstall, picks up 10 metres. Saltonstall wanting the quick play of the ball. Referee says that's fair game, as he will play the ball just short of halfway. Harris back on the inside to Barber. Back it goes to Murray. More at dummy half to Russell. Russell straightens up and gets the pass away to Woodburn Hall. Woodburn Hall is looking and weighing up his options, and then he's wanting somebody to jump out the line, but Featherstone's line is is solid, so he has to step off his left foot and take on the defence, and they bring him down. This will be the last one. They've got numbers to the left if they go that way, and that's what they do. Cut out pass into the arms of Worthington. That's a good kick from Worthington. Warstone knocks it back, but unfortunately for him, it's only into the arms of Connor Jones. Now Connor Jones one-on-one with Woodman Hall, gets round him, gets the pass on the inside to Gareth Gale, and there Gareth Gale up against Hewitt. Hewitt on that far side does excellently well. Well done.
Chase back well, Russell.
Yeah. I think it was Sam Hewitt, if I'm honest, the back rower, yeah. I think it was Sam Hewitt who'd come from the right-hand side over to the left-hand side to make that tackle. So good play from the back rower, just about kept Halifax in this contest.
It was that turnover, quick turnover, and they took advantage of that short side.
Yeah, they did, and Connor Jones did ever so well, and he got on the outside of Woodburn Hall, and then Gareth Gale was on his shoulder. Winger against back rower, you put your money on the winger, don't you? But Sam Hewitt take a bow. Excellent work from the back rower on loan from Huddersfield there. Springer again. You think he's the key, don't you? Springer Tangata, sorry, to get themselves back Halifax into the game. Good play from Harris. Throws the dummy. Brad Day with the tackle. Russell. Back it goes to Hewitt. Now Hewitt's got ball in hand and up against his former academy colleague Tom Holmes. Both come through the Huddersfield ranks, as did Brandon Moore. Gets the pass away, Tangata. This time it's to Springer. Can Springer carry it on? No, he can't. As that's Davis with the tackle. So Featherstone back to the full amount of players. Gale does well, reaching back. Can they force him back over the line? No, they can't. No, they can't.
We need a big defensive set here.
Yeah.
Featherstone need to really dig deep to get out of here.
Yeah, they do. Brandon Moore with the first tackle. Featherstone still deep inside their own 10. That's a good carry from Featherstone. And a better play the ball from Brown. To Chisholm. Further wide it goes. Pushes away Harris. Bounces off Tangata. Holmes has got to give himself up. And his opposite number, Liam Harris, will go head to head. Two little men. Bit of pushing and shoving. And the ball hits the floor. It's not the big men arguing, Frank, it's the little men arguing. Two number 6s going head to head. So he's the previous one, the great play. So Connor Jones down the touchline. Tries to get on the outside of Woodburn Hall, stands in the tackle, gets the ball away to Gareth Gale. Gareth Gale gets on the outside and it looks like it's a try, but Sam Hewitt comes across from his back row position and keeps Halifax in the game. Excellent effort from the back rower who's played the full 68 minutes so far as well, Frank.
I must say, I never would have tracked back like that. So I'd definitely say take my hat off to him for doing that.
Tangata, we approach the last 10 minutes. Halifax, have they still got aspirations of getting something from this game? I believe they have, as Russell gets the pass away to Leroya. Leroya's tackled 12 metres away from the line. Moore's at dummy half. Back to Russell. To Tangata. Tangata rolls in the tackle. Good tackle from Davis. Short side numbers, but they go to the right. Into the arms of Harris. Harris steps one, but it's Kopchak's too easy to just wrap him up and bear hug him to the floor. Not the right option. The ball's out the back and the referee's going to say knock on. Poor play from Liam Harris. He's got to do better than that. It was the wrong option initially and then he loses the ball in the tackle trying to get open.
You've just got to hold the ball. And I'm sad to say that you just got to hold on to it.
Yeah.
And Featherstone are back to a full complement as well.
Yeah, he said, I think he realised he'd made the wrong play and tried to make something out of it, and unfortunately he's compounded the effort by giving Featherstone the ball back, hasn't he?
But Featherstone in the yardage, and they've done well so far coming out of the yardage.
They have indeed. 11.5 minutes left on the clock as Junior Moores gets rid of the first defender, as he has done most times this afternoon. And then he's put to the floor. Gareth Gale out to dummy half. As Connor Jones gets the offload away.
on halfway as my voice starts to go south. That isn't good. John Davis, Holmes, Chisholm. Clever player, Jane Chisholm. Clever play. Down the touchline. Takes 30 seconds out the game. And Featherstone don't need to win it twice, Frank, do they?
They don't. I think they're at this stage, they could walk to this next play and it wouldn't matter too much.
You know, as long as Halifax don't score, Featherstone win this game, do they? So they don't need any more points on the board. And I think again, Jane, the big key players for Featherstone have been the difference between these two sides, haven't they? Junior Moores, Dane Chisholm, they haven't done too much, but what they have done has been really top class.
And I'll say it again, back when we had all the penalties early on, I think in those yardage sets, giving those 3 penalties away really has made a hard work of it for Halifax.
Harris to the line, gets the pass away to Barber. Barber with the offload. And Hewitt's got to go back and pick up the ball, so Halifax have lost a couple of metres there, but Harris wrestles his way back inside Featherstone territory. Fairbank, Tangata reaches for the ball and just about brings it in, but he's tackled to the floor by Junior Moores, and Junior Moores has hurt Tangata there. Big man on big man. And Tangata's stayed down, and both sides are feeling the heat now, Frank, aren't they?
Yeah, I'd like to see Halifax finish strong, to be fair, like they did in the first half, but Featherstone are really putting them under pressure on attack and defence at the minute.
Yeah, I'd just like another try for a grandstand finish. Featherstone have still got, I wouldn't say another gear, but they don't need to do anything special, do they? They can just play one-out football, make the tackles, kick to touch, and this helps Featherstone as well, doesn't it? You know, they've been down to 12 men, but the big guys are getting a rest now.
The big guys from both teams are getting a rest, but like you say, it's they don't need to do anything else to win this game. For Halifax are the guys that are trying to win it from behind, so they're going to be taking more of the risks.
Yeah, they've got to, at some point, they've got to start risking this a little bit more, haven't they? Because, you know, we're not at last chance saloon yet, you know, but we're edging towards that, aren't we? You know, it looks like, you know, Tangata's going to have to leave the field, which is a blow. I'm sure the big man won't want to go off. He's trying to talk to the physio and say, I'm okay. And he's won his argument, Frank.
With 9.5 minutes, we need him on the field.
Yeah, I think Halifax do need him on the field. He's one of their strike players. Game back on. Flat pass to Fairbank. Ball hits the floor.
Big collision.
If Featherstone do hang on to this, and again, it'll be a hard ground win, but James Webster will be absolutely delighted with the effort of his team today, because they've not been brilliant, have they? Featherstone have not been brilliant, but their effort, and they've done enough as it stands at the minute to ground out this victory.
No, I agree, but I mean, we've still got 9 minutes. I mean, I'd like to say that we're grandstand finish if Halifax can score another try, but they need the ball in hand.
Yeah, they need to cut out those silly mistakes. Jones is at dummy half. Davis, good yards, John Davis. Hard yards, 10 of those made. Into the arms of Holmes. Holmes goes wider to Chisholm. Chisholm then to Brad Day. Offload Brad Day to Craig Hall. Craig Hall back on the inside. That looked high. Was high. Yeah, Halifax fans don't like it, but it's a high shot, Frank.
Anything to the head, you've got to cut it out. But it was the offload that put under pressure here.
There's nothing in it. There's no malice in it. And again, I'm not even saying it's the rules, isn't it? It's the rules. Whether it's the right rule, you know, can be debated. But as you said, it's to the head, so there's nothing we can do about it. So it's a penalty. Craig Hall kicks to touch. He'll throw the ball into Mims, 10 metres away from the line. Hands it on to his skipper, Lockwood, who's had a big shift in the Featherstone front row this afternoon. Jones to Kopchak. Kopchak spins away from one. He'll just take up all the seconds in the world. Slow play of the ball, doesn't bother Featherstone. Holmes, Brad Day into a hole. Brad Day for the line again. Halifax do well to keep him out with Brandon Moore
round his bootlaces. That was the last man up. Holmes further wide to Chisholm. Chisholm further wide, it goes through hands, and Gale, there is the winning try. Oh, he's in touch. Wow. In touch. Down the touchline, he's stood in touch. Is that the lifeline Halifax needed? Because that was the ball game, Frank.
I did not see that. He scored a good try coming back on the inside.
Beautiful hands by Featherstone. We're not going to see it. It's down the touchline. Really difficult to see. Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit. Good hands from Chisholm. The pass of Brown was right on the money. We've got to go with the touch judge who's there. He said he's in touch. The decision's been made.
All the hard work was done before there.
Yeah, it was lovely, wasn't it?
Fantastic work by Featherstone to create the numbers.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been impressed with Gale. He's made a couple of mistakes, but on the whole, been impressed with him, the big winger. Good shift from Dan Murray. Gets a round of applause from the Fax faithful. Tangata. When do Halifax press not the panic button, but keep the ball alive at any cost button? As Russell gets the ball away on that far side to Worthington, but Worthington hits the floor. Back to Moore. Moore needs to straighten up and does so to Harris. Harris gets the pass away to Hewitt. Hewitt's tackled hard and put to the floor by Holmes. Brad Day involved also. Down the short side. Should be first knock up. Tired now, Frank, both sides, aren't they?
Yeah, and Halifax are trying to stretch Featherstone across the park. They're playing on short sides. They're trying to do something just to break the line, and I think we're pushing that button now.
Yeah, 6 minutes, 12 seconds left to go. And Featherstone,
they're in no rush.
No, they're in no rush. The time kicker's clock is their best friend, isn't it? It's Featherstone. John Davis. Lockwood. Big effort from Lockwood, the skipper. Been very impressive today with him. Nothing flash. Front rower, Frank, isn't he? Just hard and straight time after time.
Yeah, it's a consistency, right? When you know someone's going to take it forward hard and strong.
Yeah. Here he goes again.
Second
this
hitter.
time he'll out the back it goes to Junior Moores. Junior Moores just about clung on to by Worthington on that far side, but Featherstone are knocking on the door. Brown with the step away from one, step away from two. He's already got one try. He's going for the second one, but he's pulled down a yard short. It's back to Chisholm. Chisholm 1-pointer.
Smart play.
He's missed it though, hasn't he?
But he's missed it.
I don't think 8 points, 9 points, would that made a difference? What it does do, it gives Halifax 7 tackles. I think that's poor play, if I'm honest with you. Frank, I think the better player there is you just, even if you turn it over on the goal line and make Halifax come out of pressure, I don't see the thought in that. 6 points to 7, absolutely. 8 to 9, I don't know. Does it make a difference?
He kicks the ball, they get the ball for another minute. You know, he gets it.
But even if he gets it, it gives Halifax the chance to restart on halfway for a short kick-off. So I don't think there's anything to be gained by that play.
Halifax still need two scores though.
We're arguing ifs and buts, aren't we? It doesn't really matter because he hasn't got it and Halifax are still 8 points behind on the scoreboard. So let's see. To the left-hand side. Fairbank, back to Harris. Through the middle, good play from Halifax. Elliot Morris stands and gets the ball away to Fairbank. Fairbank wanting to run on his inside. Referee says it's going to be another set of 6. So, 8 points behind. Is there a sting in this tail? 4 minutes to go. Are we going to get that big grandstand finish, Frankie boy? Let's see.
I'm hoping so.
Can Halifax get over the line? To the left it goes into Harris. Harris links with Russell. Russell throws the dummy and straightens up, but there's nothing there for him. John Davis again with the tackle. Slow play of the ball. Russell slow to his feet. Comes back to Tangata. Back to Route 1. Harris. Morris, good pass. Good pass. But unfortunately, Ed Barber goes without the ball. And if there was a chance, I think that's just been exterminated with that knock-on. Not to be, Frank, I think, today. Not to be.
I think it's safe to call it at 3 minutes, and Featherstone got the ball now. So.
Brandon Moore given the man of the match from the Halifax sponsor.
And the Hitman Award, sponsored by Thompson's Gas and Heating, goes to 26. Sam Hewitt.
Sam Hewitt for that tackle, I think, has just been the Hitman Award.
And this afternoon's share attendance
Brown.
882. 882.
882 fans here have been well and truly heard this afternoon, that is for sure. Chisholm with a little bit of dancing feet. Gets the pass away to Brad Day again. Quick play of the ball. Craig Hall will scoot out of dummy half and he'll pick up a couple of metres. Gets himself over. I'm sure this time Dane Chisholm will be looking for the touchline, Frank.
I think so. Well, they've done good on yardage again here. Look, they've already inside Halifax's 40.
Yeah, this will be the last one. Do they go down the short side? They do go down the short side. And Chisholm does what he probably should have done a couple of minutes ago. Kicks to touch. Out on the 15, inside the final 2 minutes. Enjoyed it, Frank, though. Been a decent effort. As I said, nobody can fault the effort of the Halifax team.
Oh, the effort of both teams has been great. As a spectator, it's been fun, even though the scoreline hasn't produced that, like so many tries. It's been great fun to watch.
Yeah, decent game. Rollstone will go forward. Probably a couple of sets left in the game. There's Elliot Morris. He's tackled. Gets the offload away late. Good offload. Harris gets the ball away to Leroy. Leroy will be tackled on the half. We go forward. In fact, it was Woodburn Hall. This time it's Leroy. Morris with a bit of Ollie Russell up the middle, throws the dummy. Nothing there. Last one into the last minute. One thing for sure, Halifax won't be kicking for touch. As Harris puts up the ball high. And Lockwood's there. Referee says it's a penalty. Halifax fans don't like it. I think Jane Chisholm was taking out the player, wasn't he? Whether he was obviously not taken out fairly according to the referee. But the game, 30 seconds left to be kicked to touch, couple of players. Game over.
Could be owner of a white van, registration B-Bravo F-69.
Definitely some tired bodies out there now.
Yeah. Sun's shining, fans are back. Rugby League, we are getting back in to see some live sport, Frank, which is always nice.
Summer rugby.
Yeah, summer rugby indeed. Summer rugby indeed. Do you get to watch much rugby these days, Frank?
Not live rugby. So that's why I'm saying I'm really pleased to be here today.
And where does time go to, buddy? 20 years since we played in the same team. How about that? 20 years.
I tell you what, you don't look bad for it. You don't look bad.
I don't look good either. You don't look good either. But yeah, you know, rugby league's a great game, isn't it, Frank? And you know, any teammates you've played with, friends for life, isn't it, in this sport?
Friends for life. It's one of the games where you put your body on the line in training as much as on the game, and I think it's that shared experience.
Yeah, and I think someone said something really good to me the other day. Maybe don't get the money of other sports of football than rugby union, but boy, we've got some great memories of stuff that was gone on and off the field, Frank.
I don't know what you're talking about, Craig. That's off air chat, I think.
Yeah, good times. And decent game of rugby league this afternoon. Featherstone
I think we can both agree, Frank, you know, they're going to win the comp, they're going to have to play better than today, but they've done enough to get the victory, and as a team, there's no such thing as a bad win, Frank.
They've done enough today, and congratulations to Featherstone.
Yeah, good game of rugby league. Yeah, really good, enjoyable game of rugby league. The fans are back. We've seen a decent effort from the Halifax Panthers today, but unfortunately for the 882 fans that have been here today, the result isn't the one that they wanted. They would be behind on 27 minutes. Sorry, in front on 27 minutes when Conor Robinson put the penalty goal over. Then it was Brown with the try on 28, Chisholm goal, 6-2 at half-time. The second half started with a 90-metre special from Craig Hall. Chisholm converted and it was 12 points to 2. Then it'd be a try from Gale that would make it 16-2. Halifax with a try from Tangata on 58 minutes, which Harris would convert. 16 points to 8, final score. Final word for this afternoon from you, Frank. Not to be from Halifax, but a great game of rugby league.
Great to have the fans back in, and I think we're all happy to be back in the sunshine and watching some decent rugby league.
Yeah, so watching decent rugby league. Thanks for watching. Final score here today: Halifax Panthers 8, Featherstone 16.
South Stand and North Stand can lead through exit gate 1, Blue, North Stand, and exit gate 8 Blue. So, thank you.
Time of the game. He's the big talking point of that first half. Woodburn Hall with the dummy, steps inside, gets his arm down. That's a try every day of the week for me. The referee couldn't have been closer. How big a point in the game was that this afternoon? Then Halifax go down the other end and score a try, and I just can't see how this isn't given. A step on the inside. He does everything right, does Woodburn Hall. He reaches out. That's a try. I just don't understand how that isn't given. The referee's given a knock on. Featherstone go down the other end and Brown rolls over, managed to get to the ball on the line, and the referee this time gives the try, and that would be Featherstone into a lead that they would never lose. Halifax tried hard to get themselves back in the game, but the second half, Brandon Moore trying to keep the ball alive, but he just throws it into the arms of Craig Hall. And Craig Hall has done this many times in his career for a couple of clubs. Sprints down the touchline, not a lot, hand laid on him, gets to the centre of the field and plonks it behind the black dot. And that was the try for Craig Hall. Gareth Gale then just picks up from dummy half, route one try, charges over the line. That with a disappointing one, I think, from Simon Grix. And here's the big men, what Frank was delighted about. The big men in. Is this the Ollie Russell Simbin in? Yeah, I'm still not sure there's anything in that, to be fair. It's a difficult one. It's a borderline tackle. Ollie Russell's going to go to the line. You're going to get hit sometimes. You've got to be able to be hit. But here on the back of that, Springer with the big carry. Offloads the ball to Tangata, and Halifax's only try of the afternoon on 58 minutes was from Tangata. Harris converted. And that was about as good as it got for Halifax this afternoon. Good effort, you know, certainly a good effort from them. But unfortunately, if you're a Halifax fan, not good enough. James Webster will be delighted. His side carry on their unbeaten start to the season, 7 from 7. Final score here from the Shea: Halifax Panthers 8, Featherstone 16. Thanks for listening. Enjoy your rugby league.